Hi everyone, here it is, the foam roller workout I've been promising. So this is a foam roller. They come in different sizes. They come in a variety of densities. Um, I use this for all sorts of things, including foam rolling, as in sitting on it, rolling out my hips, doing a little bit of thoracic extension on the floor. For today, I'm just going to show you some standing mobility drills that we can do with this. And then we're going to do a little bit of a core workout. It's great. You're going to love it. So go ahead, go grab a pair of shorts, go grab a tank top and your foam roller and meet me back here. All right, y'all set? Here we go. We're going to start with some hip hinging. Your toes are pointing forward. They're about hip width apart. Your foam roller is going to be out in front of you. You're going to reach the foam roller forward. Your head might go between the window of the arms. And then you'll press into your feet and come up and give yourself a little squeeze of the glutes, open the front hips. You're going to reach your sits bones back nice and wide. Reach the fingertips forward. Straighten the elbows best you can, and then press into the feet and rise up. Good. So two more. I put a little softened flexion in my knees if you would like that, and your hamstrings need a little decompression. It's a great way to do this, but you're going to get some nice length in the back body here. Nice length in the hamstrings, nice length in the lats, which are right here on your side of your upper torso, and then bring that back in. All right, go ahead and march out a little bit. We will keep it to our left side. You're going to take a little step. The right arm is going to go overhead and you're going to press the left arm out. Big side stretch here. And then as you come in, just toggle the left hip to the foam roller. So here we go, back and forth. It's a big reach and toggle the hip. Big reach. Oh yeah, this can feel so good. Last one here. Nice job with those. And then stand right into that left leg. You can see I'm bending the leg a little bit. And then I want you to just swing the right leg. Let your left hip sort of do a little bit of this open close. So it's kind of opening towards maybe the side wall a little bit, and then bring it back. So you just want the foot to stick into the floor, and we're just letting our hip have a little bit of rotation and movement in the hip socket. All right, go ahead and march out, and we're gonna shift sides. So to the right side, remembering that we're kind of pressing out through the opposing hip. We're trying to get a good stretch from the top left finger all the way down to the outer hip. And then when you come back in, you're just shifting it. Again, reach, feel the yumminess of that. Good job. Let's do two more this side. Good. And one more. Reach. Oh, yeah. Good. And then we land on the right leg. Give the left leg a few swings. Left knee is, or right knee for you is not locked out. A little bit of back and forth here. Just starting to warm up through the torso, through the hips. You've got something to hang on to. Good. We'll do two more. And one more. All right. March out and bring it right to the front, a little wider. So you're going to be in a plie, toes pointing out, and you'll take a little bit of a plie and then an upright. Good. So think about bringing your knees in that flex position as much as feels comfortable. They're kind of tracking your toes. And we're going to add to this. Next one will hold. So we're down in that plie. We're going to go heel up, and then choop, press on up. Come into your plie, heel, rest to stand. Good. Down in the plie, lift, push. One more just like that. Down and lift, and press. All right, walk the feet back in, march it out. Pick up the foam roller, hold between the hands. Plant your feet, soften the knees. We're gonna do head wraps. You're gonna take the foam roller up. It might go behind your head, and then you're gonna bring it in front of the torso. It also could go a little bit in front of the face if back of the head feels too much. All right, so a few more of these. My knees are soft. I'm giving myself lots of permission to move through the whole trunk of my body. And then we're going to reverse the direction. All right, so bring it up. Oh, yeah. Maybe behind the head or in front of the head. You're going to choose. Sometimes the shoulders don't love huge movements in this position, so you could go right in front of the face if that works better for you. Ha. One more here. Up. Bring it back. All right. Take a moment. March out. You're going to lie the foam roller right across the lap. You can see I've got it right to the end of where my arms are straight. We're going to do forward folds just like this. Chin is going to soften to the chest. You're going to start to slowly flex the spine. You can see I'm just letting the foam roller roll on my arms, pressing into my legs a little bit. You might tap the floor here, sense and feel your back body stretch, and then slowly you'll bring it back up. Once you're up, little shoulder back, and then one more, chin to chest. Start to spill the spine over the legs. Yeah, take your time with this. This is a very yummy, yummy move. And then slowly work your way back up. Oh, yeah. All the way. And then dance it out a little bit. Okay, here we go. We're going to start with the core workout. The foam roller is going to go on the floor. Your hands are going to go on top of the floor. We're going to go knees under hips, just like you would in quadruped. We're going to take a cat-cow just to explore what that feels like in your body. Press your hands into the foam roller, scoop your belly in, tuck your tail, tuck your chin, feel what that cat feels like. And then you're going to do the opposite. Let your tail lift, let your head lift, and let your ribs bow down. So you can, the belly and the ribs come down. So feel what that feels like. Now come between both of those. So you're not flexed totally, but you're not hanging up. So you've got this nice core integration. We're going to tuck toes next, and we're going to lift heels, keeping elbows straight. Here we go. Exhale, lift the knees. I think I said heels. We'll do that next. Up and down, so the knees are lifting. You can see I'm just lifting, not changing the positioning of my core. I'm keeping it in that engaged position, and I'm just trying to pick up the knees off the floor a couple inches. Try to keep your elbows as straight as you can. Good, one more here. Okay, untuck your toes, reach that foam roller out, move the wrist a little bit, and take a little side. So here we are, child's pose with that extension of the arms on the foam roller. Big breath in and long breath out. All right, I promised you heels up, so here we go. You're back into the positioning. You're going to get the core engaged, tuck toes. Heels are going to, knees are going to lift, and then the heel lift. The other heel is going to lift. Then both knees plant. Again, knees are up. Kick the ceiling. Kick the ceiling. Knees down. You have two more of these. Knees are up. Heel kicks the ceiling. Oh, yeah. Who loves me now? And down. One last one. Up. Kick. And kick. And down. All right, we're going to do another one of those child's poses, but this time elbows on the foam roller. You're gonna let your forehead come down. It might just land on the foam roller. If you need a little less in the knees, you can also just come forward a little more in a puppy dog. Big breaths. In and out. In and out. Last big breath here. And then slowly you're going to come up and we're going to transition onto your backside. Keep the foam roller right where it is. We're doing bridging with the foam roller. So your feet are going to go on the foam roller. You will come down onto your mat. Walk your feet and the foam roller in, close to the glutes, arms down by your side. Go right into the pelvic tilt. Feel your low back on the floor. And then peel your hips up to the ceiling. Hello. Remember, foam rollers roll. So it might start to get away on you. Low back to the floor. Exhale, bridge. Good. Down on the inhale. Low back presses first, then the exhale, lift. And slow to go down. So a whole nother way to do bridges. Lift. And down. Low back to the floor and lift. All right, we're going to do one more. Low back to the floor and lift. Nice work on that. From here, you're going to let your knees open in a butterfly. So this is a big inner thigh stretch. And then what you're going to do is roll the foam roller, press your heels out, and then roll it back into butterfly. So little mobility for the hips here. We're going to roll it out, press through the heels, extend the knees, and then flex the knees, pull it back in. Big stretch to the inner thighs. And again, reach and pull it in. And we have this last one here. Reach and pull it in. Good. Bring the knees together. Just push the foam roller off to the side or push it away from the feet. And then reach your arms overhead. And we're going to do a sit-up with this. So you're going to lift your arms. It's going to help lift the trunk. And then you're going to go all the way up. And then slowly you're going to come back down. So some of you might need a little bit of help with this. You could take the hands to the lap, tuck the chin, and come all the way up. And all the way down. So basic sit-ups here, one more chin to chest, all the way up. And then before you go down this time, you're going to roll the foam roller up the legs and extend. And then we're going to add a little bit of that reach. So you're going to go toes flex, reach forward, and then slowly bring yourself back. Roll it all the way with you. And again, tuck the chin, pick yourself up, point the toes, reach forward, and slow to come back. All right, so we're going to do two more. Up, point the toes, reach the foam roller. Oh, yeah. How about one more? One more here. Lift. Flex the spine, stretch the back body, and then come back up. Good. All right, from here, we're going to do one of my favorite hip stretches. You're going to come into, it's traditionally called mermaid in Pilates. You're just going to take one leg bent in the front, one leg bent towards the back. And then the foam roller is going to angle off the knee that's in the front. So I'll speak to your side. Right knee's forward, left leg is back, foam roller towards the right, and you're rotating to the right. You're going to reach the foam roller away, bow your head down, And then you'll pull the foam roller back in. All right, again, reach. I flip my thumbs up when I do this. It gives me a nice shoulder stretch. But you don't have to do that. It's a little add-on if you don't want it. All right, two more here. Good, one more. Once you come up out of this one, we're just going to spend a moment, foam rollers at the side. We're going to lift the back foot off the floor and then lift the knee off the floor. So working internal rotator, external rotators through the hip. Oh yeah. One more here. Good, and then we're gonna hold a long stretch. So from this, so we went from the kitty corner angle all the way to the side angle. You're gonna turn, stretch out as far as is comfortable for you, and then we're hanging out here. Big breaths. Inhale, exhale. Again. Make your way up when you're ready. And then we'll take a moment, give your legs a moment forward, shake everything out. Bring this to the other side and reset. So we've got the left leg forward, the right leg back. First one is that kitty corner from the knee. And we're going to reach it out. Big reach out. Oh, yeah. Stretch that underneath hip that you just worked. And then pull it back in. Good. And out. And back in. Keep going. Your lats attach into the fascia in your low back, which affects your hips. So sometimes this can feel like, oh my gosh, this leads right into my low back. And that's why it's a great way to just get that length back into the body. Life tends to compress. Here we want to try to decompress. All right, bring the foam roller to the side. The knee goes up in the back. The foot goes up. The knee goes up. The foot goes up. All right. Keep going. Oh, yeah. That foot going up with that little bit of that internal rotation is not an easy feat. Oh, yep. Okay, last one. And then we're rotating towards this side. I'm going to adjust my legs a little bit. You're going to start to bow down. If it's too much with the foam roller, you can also just put your hands on the floor. We're taking a couple big breaths here. Two more breaths. One more. You are welcome. Make your way back up. And then undo everything. Let your legs go long. All right. Back to the front body a little bit. You will be lying on this. So this one can be a little tricky. I usually tell people get your tailbone on the very end and then start to walk your spine down on it until your head can come down too. So hopefully you have a foam roller that's this long. The long ones come standard size. They fit most bodies. You can get them a little bit longer, providing you're not over like 6 feet tall. The regular ones should work. All right, so your tail is on it. So my sacrum is on the foam roller. I can feel my coccyx, the very end of my spine, my tailbone, on it. I can sense and feel that I have a little bit of arch in my back naturally, because you do, your lumbar curve. And then I can also sense with the back of my head, I have a little bit of space, negative space under my neck. So my neck is not flat on this. So you want to keep the natural arches of the spine while you're laying on this until we start to work it. So the natural arch of the neck, the cervical spine, is always going to stay there. If you feel like your head is pressing, looking back, draw your chin down a little bit to create a little length there. The elbows on the floor is going to be super helpful. Feet about hip width apart. We're going to go right into pelvic tilts. Exhale. Low back presses into the floor. So you're going to feel your lumbar curve press into the foam roller, and then inhale, relax. So keep on going. The hip points draw to the bottom ribs. You'll feel your back press into the foam roller, and then release. Again, low back presses in. Try to keep your chin down, your eyes focus down. Okay, then we're going to hold that. So you're going to be in that low back, and then we're going to start to march. You're going to go right leg march 90 degrees. Keep that abdominal engagement, and then left leg. If you need a little help, you can bring your hands down to the side. We're going to go left leg up. We've got that low back pressing into the foam roller, and then the right leg. Good. One more set. Really keeping the pubic bone dialed up to the pinky. So we're just shortening the front of those abdominals, engaging there while we lift, and then we're going to take a pause. So as soon as I said pause, I let the low back go a little. You do that too. Take a deep breath in and out. All right. Now we're going to challenge it with some overhead reaches. So press down a little bit. So you're coming out of that neutral spine to a little bit more of an anchored back into the foam roller. Arms are long. You're going to go right arm overhead and then left arm. So we are scissoring the arms, trying to keep the rib hip connection. So again, we're scissoring the arms one at a time, trying to keep the pubic bone dialed up towards the navel. Good. Keep going. If you notice when your arm reaches, you start to lift in the thoracic spine, just go to that point. So if the arm gets you about here and you start to let go of that engagement, just stop right where that is. So a couple more. Overhead and overhead. Good. Okay, and then float the elbows down. Let the back go. Wiggle, wiggle. Take a deep breath in and out. Whew, letting that go. Okay, one more. You're doing great. This one's a little challenging. Again, we're going to come back into that. Short in front, little engagement through the back body, engagement in the front body, but press into the back body. We'll take the left leg up. So you're at tabletop. That right elbow is down or the right arm. Left arm rather. So the left hand is going to be your anchor. The right arm is actually going to go up. This is going to be your dead bug. So you're going to go left leg, right arm, and then back up. Good. So you might have to hang on with that left hand on the floor. You might get away with just having the elbow anchored on the floor. This is an amazing exercise. We have two more. You're going to love me tomorrow. Oh, yeah. One more. And then we'll take a moment. So let everything come down. Oh, relax the body. Big breaths. So just one more side, and then we're coming off of this. So again, low back presses in, draw the chin to the chest, front hip rib connection, right knee to 90, left arm up, and then it's an extension of the arm and leg away from one another, not losing that front connection. Good. Reach and bring it back. Nice work. Reach. All right, keep going. Couple more here. Yes, you can. One more. You got it. Ooh, nice job. Bring everything down. Let the back release. And then just to exit off of this, you're just going to roll off to the side and let the foam roller kind of roll out so you can get your back body down. And then once you're on the floor, take a moment here, a couple of deep breaths in and out. All right, our last little bit. It's going to be a little bit of a crisscross. So hands go behind the head, your choice. Feet are going to be on the floor. You can take an elbow up with a little cross past the midline, and then the other elbow cross the midline, or you can add the opposite leg up, down, and up, down. All right. So nice and slow, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Oh yeah, how's it doing? Oh, we're almost done. Grand finale right here. Nice and slow with that rotation and rotation. One more. Last one. Beautiful job. Stretch it out, shake it out, wiggle out the wrists. Oh, wiggle out the ankles, wiggle out the legs, and then when you're ready, give yourself a pull in of the knees, little right hug, little left hug, back into the center. Make your way up when you're ready. Okay, so a little bit of core work there. We've been playing around in class more so with using the Swiss ball, but the foam roller has some amazing exercises that we can be doing on it. So if you're like using it and you're like, hey, I want to bring this back into my routine, I would be happy to pull that in every now and then or send an extra class as this one is. So I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think of it.